Hi everybody, Lou Rossi here with the Sopwith Camel Flying Club Winter Operations Quick Brief. I'd like to touch on some of the things we do a little bit differently when flying during the winter months. As with any flight, a successful outcome begins during the pre-flight phase. During your weather briefing, pay particular attention to icing airmets, sigmets, and pyreps. Remember, none of the airplanes that we fly in the club are certified for known icing conditions. Also, consider the terrain you're overflying. If you were to be in an off-airport landing situation, how prepared are you? Make sure you dress appropriately for your flight. Also, make sure that you're familiar with the runway, taxiway, and ramp conditions at your destination. Once we get out to the airplane, abide by the clean aircraft concept. You have to make sure there's no snow, ice, or frost adhering to any critical surfaces of the airplane. Only use a soft brush or a soft bristled broom to remove snow. Don't use anything hard to remove snow or ice. You'll damage the paint and scratch the aircraft windows. Sometimes the only thing you can do is move the airplane into the sun and wait for the ice or frost to melt off. With our engine heaters, the engine should be warm as you attempt to start it. It may need a couple extra shots of primer for start, but be careful not to overprime because you could cause a fire. Also, don't continuously crank an engine that's not starting. Make sure you pay attention to the starter limitations and don't kill the battery. Use extra caution while taxiing and avoid the snowbanks that may be off the sides of the plowed surfaces. And just like when you're in your car, take it slow and make sure you give yourself some extra stopping distance if you're on a contaminated surface. Make sure you give the engine enough time to warm up. Again, with our engine heaters, it shouldn't take too long, but the oil temperature should definitely be in the green arc before you take off. Make sure you're familiar with the cabin heat and defrost controls, as you may need those in flight. Also be aware of the carbon monoxide risk when using those things. In our airplanes, you must avoid icing conditions in flight. However, make sure you know when it's appropriate and how to operate carb heat, pitot heat, and the windshield defroster. When securing the airplane, in addition to the normal procedures, place the cowl heater directly on top of the cylinders, insert the cowl plugs, and make sure the heater is plugged in. So as long as you follow proper precautions, winter is actually one of the best times to fly. You'll enjoy enhanced aircraft performance, incredible views, and glassy smooth air. If you have any questions or want any more information, you can always reach out to your favorite CFI. Thanks for watching, and as always, fly safely, fly often.